Howdy, y'all. Welcome to another episode of CardBlitz. I'm your host, Kelly Reed, and this makes episode 73 on a Friday, May 29th, and apparently the year is 2026. So everyone's getting ready for the weekend. I'm sure you guys are watching some sports. You got the College World Series going on for baseball, you got it for softball. Uh, you got the NBA playoffs going on with the Thunder and the Spurs going to Game 7 on Saturday night. So that should be exciting to watch, as well as some Major League Baseball action. I'm really shocked that Shohei Ohtani did what he did on Wednesday night. I I'm baffled. Like the guy hits a home run, pitches six scoreless innings. Like he has he in a sense I think he's supplanted or replaced Babe Ruth, and so greatest of all time. I know the story isn't finished yet, but in my mind, he's the greatest player I've ever seen live, and that was when he was with the Angels, when a couple of years ago when he came to here to Dallas. Let's see what else is there. Patrick's pretty happy with his Carolina Hurricanes. I think they're a win away from making it back to the Stanley Cup or making it to the Stanley Cup this season. So the finals. So we'll see what happens there. Uh, what else can we get into? We're going to talk about like some birthdays or a birthday. We're also going to get into like some PSA news because everyone's talking about it, and I guess I'll throw in my 2 cents. Then I'm gonna do a little show and tell. Gonna give a shout out to a YouTube channel, and then wrap it up. So here we go. Birthday boy turns 49 today. He is the pride of St. Petersburg, Florida. He played his college ball in the heart of New Orleans with the Green Wave. He's a Tulane University grad. He came onto the stage in the late 90s, got drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led that team in 99 to the NFC Championship game against the Rams, lost that game. But he had a couple of other stops after that with the Arizona Cardinals, signed up with the Detroit Lions, the Indianapolis Colts. He even played a little indoor football in a arena league. He was a gladiator out in Las Vegas. And he even signed a contract with a Canadian team. Who am I talking about? None other than Shaun King of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In my mind, that's the team I always think of when I think of Shaun King. Now, the Buccaneers, interesting fact, are 0-3 against the Rams franchise in the postseason. Like 1979 or the 78 season, they lost 9-0 to the Rams. Rams went on to face the Steelers in the Super Bowl, and they lost that one. 1999, the Buccaneers lost to the Rams, and we know how that story ended up with that Super Bowl against the Titans. And then in 2022, again, the Buccaneers lost to the Rams. So again, the Rams franchise, they've got the Buccaneers number, and 0-3 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Rams organization in the postseason. I guess it doesn't matter if they're in St. Louis, Los Angeles, Cleveland. Nah, joking. The Bucks weren't around when the Rams were out in Cleveland. Well, let's get into this whole PSA news because that's like the elephant in the room. Every channel's talking about it. It's all over social media. Y'all have your opinions. I've got my 2 cents. I'm slab agnostic, as many of you know, and so, but I've yet to submit cards directly to PSA myself. I've bought some slabs from PSA, but I haven't submitted. So that doesn't really impact me. I don't have a membership. I just don't. I don't know. Just haven't taken the big dive yet. And with the news of June 2nd, the folks over at Collector saying that PSA is no longer going to accept submissions at a certain tier. It's got to be like an $80 card, regular submission, 40 business days. Um, be interesting to see how that impacts the card market. Does that essentially set up a price floor? And is that is that going to like cost of goods for card flippers and dealers? I don't, these are things that I think about. So, what do y'all say? Will this PSA partial shutdown impact you? And if so, how? And if not, why not? Are you slab agnostic like me? Or maybe you don't believe in slabs at all. You're a raw card kind of person. So again, interested to see what your thoughts are. CardBlitz fans, CardBlitz viewers, certainly appreciate you taking a few to check out the video. I'm going to do a little show and tell. Happy to share with everyone. So first off, got a letter in the mail of an eBay purchase, but helped my uncle complete his 1959 Topps baseball set with that St. Louis Cardinals team card. And it took me a good while to find the right card to help him complete his set. Try to find something crease-free, and then having the back unmarked. And so for whatever reason, trying to find this in an affordable price range wasn't the easiest of tasks, but, was able to get one at a decent price here. And so very happy to help him complete his 1959 set. He'll be able to put this one in the books and move on to his next project. All righty. Next cards. As y'all know from previous episodes, I've been working on my 1970 Topps baseball set. And so this card helps me to get one card closer to completing that set. It is none other than Mr. Clay Carroll. Yeah, there we go. Mr. Clay Carroll here now puts me 10 cards away from completing this 1970 set, Topps baseball set. So I'm pretty excited to get this card in the collection. Again, whenever you're down to 10 cards, you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. So certainly working on finishing up this set, hopefully in the next few months. It might take me a half a year. We'll see. Alrighty, I also did a trade in a Facebook group. And so working on my 1994 Bowman set here. So made a trade. Got 4 cards in the trade. And so now I'm down to 5 cards left in that set. So again, I'm working on the 1994 Bowman set, as well as this 1970 Topps baseball set. Really like these Bowman cards. I know they're not the most expensive cards, most valuable cards, but to me, it's the first Bowman set I started working on after college. So it means a lot to me. And as mentioned before, 1970, the year of my birth. All right. Next cards got from a card show with Uncle Rich of Beckett fame. Uncle Rich runs a card show. He does it twice a year. And so I think it's pronounced Adat Shavram. And so if I'm Uncle Rich, I'm sure I butchered that, but hopefully on the next episode that you and I partner up on, you can correct me on my pronunciation. I'm also working on my 1973 Topps football set. So I picked up a Bob Hayes as well as a Ken Riley. And so now that puts me at 30 cards left in this set. And they're all pretty much the bigger names in the set, the Ken Stablers, the Franco Harrises and whatnot. But again, these were affordably priced. Picked them up. Not too much of a price snob or a condition snob when it comes to completing a binder set. So happy to get these in my collection. And again, down to 30 cards. 1973 Topps football set. Another football card I picked up at the show is this beautiful Bob Hayes, Philadelphia Bob Hayes. Beautiful card. So how fast, and this goes out to my buddy Matt Galvin over at Straight Race Cards. Matt, how fast has Bob run the 100-yard dash? Well, I guess you'll have to do some research because I'm not going to take the coin to figure out this answer. But I do know that Bob Hayes was a really fast Olympian and a Super Bowl winner with the Dallas Cowboys in Super Bowl VI. So again, very happy to add Bob Hayes to my collection here. I believe this is a second-year card of him too. That's a great-looking card, centered pretty well, crease-free. Pretty happy with it. Lastly, as far as completing sets, been working on a 1981 Topps baseball set for a while, so picked up this Fernando Valenzuela, Mike Scioscia rookie card. Got this Steve Carlton Phillies card. So that puts me at, and Mr. October himself, Reggie. So that puts me at 5 cards left to complete this set, 1981 Topps baseball set. And I'm going to have my sights set on that to have that completed by the end of the year. As well as I picked up this really cool Mr. Baseball, not Mr. October, but Mr. Baseball, this Fleer Reggie Jackson card. Really nice looking card. Pretty happy with it. And again, it was pretty affordable. And as a kid, Reggie Jackson was the man. Now for the, I guess you'd say, the spotlight, the main attraction to this episode, the oldest card in my collection. Now I have to thank Mr. Mike over at Jayhawker Vintage Cards for being a influencer. Because after watching his episode, I said to myself, you need to get yourself a Frank Wildfire Schulte card. So old Frank here, he lived to be the ripe age of 67. He was a baseball player for the Cubs, the Pirates, the Phillies, the Senators from 1904 to 1918. He helped the Cubs win 4 NL pennants and 2 World Series titles back in his day. He also won the Chalmers Award, which was a precursor to the modern-day MVP award. But he's also one of only 4 players to be in the 20-20-20-20 club. What does that mean? He had at least 20 doubles, 20 triples, 20 home runs, stole 20 bases in the same season. One of 4. So that puts old Wildfire here pretty rare air. Now, you might be asking yourself, hey, Kelly, why in the world do you keep calling him Wildfire? Well, there's a story behind that as well. And Mike did a great job explaining that in his video over at Jayhawker Vintage Cards. But basically, I'll give you the, I guess you would say the Cliff Notes edition, because I'm a Cliff Notes kind of guy today. Schulte, he acquired his nickname of Wildfire because back in his playing days, he saw a play in Mississippi called Wildfire. He liked that play so much that he even named one of his racehorses Wildfire. So that became his nickname. Oh, Frank Wildfire Schulte. So that's the oldest card in my collection. This 1911 T205 Polar Bear Frank Wildfire Schulte card. It's a beautiful card. You know, I think it's centered pretty well. Sure, it's a little rough around the edges, as you can see. But I can live with that. The thing's over 100 years old. And you can see on the back, you know, it's pretty easy to read. Here, I'll bring this a little bit closer for y'all. So again, it's not impeccable, but for me, it works. It's affordable. It's over 100 years old. And old Frank Wildfire Schulte is the oldest card in my collection. I have them and the stories that go with them. I do want to give out a shout out though to a channel, a YouTube channel that I learned about. Oh, it was probably about 4 months ago. It's called Bader's Hobby Life, and I've never met Mr. Bader, but I enjoy watching his channel. He seems like he's a real down to earth kind of guy. He does like to put together sets. So when I'm watching his videos, I can see in the background he has like shelves of binders of baseball cards everywhere, and that just wows me to no end. I could just imagine just pulling out that binder and thumbing through the pages and really enjoying that card set, or filling in the plastic sleeves with the 9 pocket or the 6 pocket or whichever pockets he's using, eight. Putting those cards in those sleeves and enjoying the process of building out those card sets and crossing off the card numbers in his spiral. Again, Bader, he's up in the Northwest, and I'm down here in the Southwest or the South, whatever you want to call Texas these days, all-encompassing state. Uh, but I really enjoy his channel, so I'm going to put a link to his channel in the show notes. And if you haven't checked out Bader's Hobby Life, definitely recommend that for y'all. Well, again, thank y'all for watching this episode of Card Blitz number 73. And want to say, please tell your friends if you like what we're doing over here, like the show, please share, give it the like, the subscribe, all that good stuff. And so I want to wish you all the best, and we'll catch up in the next episode. All right, take care.